Good morning, y'all. We're going to make us a pound cake today because you've got company coming in, and this is good at breakfast too. It's not like other cakes. So we're going to make a good pound cake, and we're fixing to get started. Okay, the first thing we're going to do, let me move my book out of the way. The first thing we're going to do is get us a half a cup of some solid shortening, put in our bowl. You're supposed to be using a stand-up mixer, but mine, tore up and though, anyway, it's a KitchenAid. I don't know where to send it back to. I looked some stuff up, but it never did say. And I set this on the stove just for a minute so we can get kind of warm. It's so cold here. You want a stick of salted butter. And we're going to mix this until it's nice and fluffy. A while ago, I put on me a wool coat. I was in here just, Okay, I'm going to mix this until it's nice and fluffy, y'all. Okay, I think it's nice and fluffy. It looks nice and fluffy, doesn't it? All right, now we're going to put in something else. Let me see what else goes into. I think our sugar goes in next. Let me look. This is my mama's recipe, and she's not here to guide me. Y'all ever, when you're in your kitchen cooking, you think of your mama, but she's gone on to heaven, and you think to yourself, I wish I could ask mama that. Why didn't I watch? Why didn't I do what she told me to do? All right, so now we're going to beat our sugar in, and then we're going to do our eggs one at a time, and then our vanilla. So our sugar, now it's got a lot of sugar in it, y'all. I'm sorry. It's got 3 cups. I can understand why they wanted you to use a stand-up mixer, so you wouldn't have to stand here and hold this thing. Okay, y'all, we've got our sugar mixed up in there, and now we're going to do 5 large eggs at room temperature. And some people say, why do you got to have it room temperature? Well, I reckon it has something to do with getting it done. Do these one at a time. Pound cake is a nice thing to have because of it going so well with coffee. I love my morning coffee with some pound cake, I can tell you. This morning I ate a fruitcake cookie with my coffee. Actually, I ate 2 of them. Well, this looks nice and rich, doesn't it? If y'all got the medium-sized eggs instead of the large, I would put in 6. Just to make up for that. Alright, doesn't that look pretty? Look. That's some good batter. Now let's get our other stuff out. Now we're going to add our vanilla. You want 2 teaspoons in there. Let me get this thing out of here. Okay. 2 teaspoons of vanilla. This is some homemade vanilla that a follower sent me. I know it looks good. Okay, let's mix that in. Let me turn it on in a minute, gets that extra out. Alright, now it's time for our dry ingredients. Y'all, I like to bake my pound cakes in a tube of pan. They just are easier to me. What I did is I greased this just a little bit, but I still am going to put in a piece of parchment paper. Just to make sure it comes out pretty. You know, sometimes when we make a pound cake, it falls. And that part that falls is real crunchy and it's so good. So I don't care if mine falls or not. It's all about the flavor, right? All about the flavor. All right, let's see if we're cutting this about right. I'm gonna guesstimate. Need to be cut just a little bit more, not quite enough. Let's try that. Yes. All right, the reason I greased the sides of the pan a little bit is because I want the paper to stick to the side of the pan. That's the reason. That looks pretty good. That's pretty good. Now then, let's mix up our dry ingredients and we'll add our wet ingredients to it. Okay, here are our dry ingredients. You want to make sure that you're using the all-purpose flour. I use White Lily. And then you want a teaspoon of salt to mix in there. And you want a half a teaspoon of baking soda. This is a half a teaspoon right here. I like to stir mine up because I want to make sure it's distributed good. Oh, it is 3 cups of flour. I didn't say that, did I? It's 3 cups of White Lily all-purpose flour. This makes a nice big cake. All right, let's get our other stuff. Okay, y'all, we've got all our dry ingredients right here. And we're going to slowly put them in our wet ingredients. I think I'll get me a spoon to do it so it won't make such a mess. I had to change bowls. The other one wasn't getting it. And also, I did sift my flour. Sometimes there'll be kind of knots in it if you don't. So if you've got a sifter, when you're making a cake, always sift it. It just works much, much better. Let me read something over there a second. Hold on a second. Okay, it was right. It's right. It's a lot of batter, and it makes a big cake. It lasts for a long time if you don't eat more than 2 pieces a day. Okay, I'm going to keep on doing this until it's mixed up, and then I'll show y'all the last step, okay? Okay, other than cooking it on 325, this is your last step. You're going to add a cup of whole milk to it, but only a little at the time. You don't want it splattering everywhere, just a little bit at the time. Because your batter right now is real thick. But it'll be thinner once you add your milk to it. I'm sorry I'm having to use this hand mixer, y'all. I know it would be much better for you if I could get my other one fixed. I'm going to see if I can find a website for KitchenAid. I don't know what's wrong with that thing. It just decided that it was not going to go on high speed. All it goes on is medium. There's probably some little bitty something wrong with it. All right, here's the last of our little milk right here. A cup of milk. But as far as a cake for Christmas, this is a good one to make because it's so versatile. You know, you can put strawberries on top, blueberries on top. You can toast pecans and brown sugar together and put a pecan crust on top. And you can just eat it plain. Or put some stuff out there and let everybody kind of fix their own. That would be a good thing too. Let me find the spoon I had. Here it is. All right, it all looks mighty good. It looks like it's beat up real good. All right, let's go over here and, oh my goodness, I'm gonna have to clean all that up. Let's go over here and put it in our pan. We're gonna cook it on 325 degrees for an hour and a half, I think it says. Come on over here with me. Actually, it says an hour and 15 minutes, but y'all know you're going to have to check it. Stick you a skewer or something in there, and so you can check it, okay? This is a lot different than that orange slice cake I made the other day. That's for sure. It was so thick you couldn't hardly get it out. I had to get another grip on it. All right, we want to get it all. We didn't stand in the kitchen to make it to not get all the goodie out, did we, y'all? All right, I think that's about got it. All right, we're going to pop it in the oven on 325 degrees for an hour and 15 minutes, and then I'm going to check it. Okay? All right, we'll look at it when it gets done. Y'all, let's get out our pound cake. See what's going on. Let me test it first before I get it out. Where's my little puncher? Here it is. To make sure it's done. It's not done. I'm going to leave it in there a little longer. This is how I know right here. See that? Okay, let's open it one more time and see if it's done this time. Let it cook 15 minutes longer. It sure looks done. Got a little flour on the top where I was sprinkling it. Okay, let's check this. Comes out clean. So I actually cooked this an hour and 30 minutes. You're going to have to check your own and see how it does. I'm going to let it cool for just a minute. Then we'll take it out and put it in a pretty cake thing. That's some flour I got on the top of it. Looks like powdered sugar, doesn't it? But it's not. All right, y'all, let me go get my cake plate and see how pretty that is. Okay, y'all, I've let it cool about 30 minutes. And we're going to take it out, hopefully. Oh, my goodness, please don't tell me it's stuck. Oh, my word. I got to get this thing out of here. Did it cook? Oh. Well, I'm going to turn it over and bang it for a while. Yeah, it cooked over some in my pan. See right there? That part will be good. It'll be like a cookie. I'll eat it separate. I will eat it separately. Come on now. Come on. Come on. I don't think this is going to work. Don't y'all love to see me mess up? Does it make you happy when I mess up? Does it make you feel like, well, hey, I'm like Brenda. It sure looks good. Whether it is or not, I don't know. But we're going to see. There we go. I got it on there. There you go. There's our pound cake. Now, what I want to do is this. I want it to really cool before I put this on it. Because if you put this on it now, before it's totally cool, it will sweat in here. So you don't want to do that. So I'm just going to sit this on the buffet in there and let it just sit there until it's totally cool, because it's still a little bit warm around there, but it looks good. Okay, That's how you make a pound cake. And this is what went over the side. I'll eat what's in the pan. Love y'all. Have a great Christmas. Make you a pound cake. It'll be so good with some coffee. And if somebody comes in, you can offer them something and have your little fruit on hand and maybe a squirt on whipped cream or ice cream. And won't that be good? A little dessert, and you won't have to do much now. You've made it, so you're home free, darling. Love y'all. Bye-bye.